Hello. So nettles are an absolute powerhouse of vitamins and nutrients. They are super, super, super nourishing, and it's really worth including them in your world food diet. I try and eat nettles every single day, and they really build up resilience and strength in our bodies and in our energy systems because of the power that they have. They're so potent. Um, they are full of iron. So if you're lacking in energy, nettles are amazing for giving you just pure energy. But also, they help us wake up. So their sting actually can bring us into the present moment and wake us up, bring us clarity on our path and what we're supposed to be doing in life. They can help to wake us up. And some people actually use the sting to help against allergies and pain as well. If you rub it gently on yourself, I don't have hay fever or anything, but I've heard people say that if they that have hay fever, they can get rid of symptoms within a really short space of time. So if you're brave, you can even sting yourself. But if you're not brave, don't worry, because you can pick them with gloves. And when you pick them, pick the top few leaves like that. You can also eat the lower down leaves as well. I like to just pick the top few and then they regrow. And these are the most tender. And you, as soon as you cook them, even just lightly, or blend them up, like say you put them in a smoothie, the sting will go. Cook them lightly, the sting will go. Pour boiling water on them, the sting will go. Rub them like this, fold it in a ball and rub it. I'm not getting stung that much now. The underneath is not that stingy. Rub in a ball and then you can eat it raw. The sting goes when you rub it as well. So, but what doesn't go is the kind of tingliness that you get from the sting. Like if you eat a lot of nettles, like I do, I noticed that you get a real kind of tingly sort of energy, like an awakening sort of energizing feeling from them. So that's really great, but it doesn't sting you. So you can use them like you would use any kind of cooked green. Literally just chop them, put them in anything. You can also make them into a tea. If you want a more powerful tea, just stew it for much longer and use much more leaves. So I make a tonic, which I brew overnight, and I use a cup's worth of dried nettles. And well, it's even more if it's fresh. And I pour boiling water on it. I put it in a big metal bowl and put a plate on top, and I leave it overnight, and then strain it off in the morning, and it's really nice cold and it's kind of dark green. Now that is really, really potent. Another way that you could use it for tea that I do as well is I have a travel mug and I just keep the leaves in there and I just let them stew for quite a long time. And like I might do like 2 or 3 or 4, even, like lots of water on there. If you are struggling with the flavour, then try adding a bit of mint. Try adding salt maybe, but they're really kind of earthy and nutty. So definitely try nettles and try and eat just as many as possible. They are so abundant. If you've got a patch in your garden, just keep picking off the top few leaves and they will keep producing side shoots for the whole year. And at this time of year, there's these big stands of them and you can just go and pick basketfuls like this and dry them out. Now I'm actually making these into a soup with some wild garlic and some garlic mustard and some ground elder. And I will post the recipe below if anyone's interested. Just let me know, because I've got a standard recipe that I use for like all greens, and it's really, really tasty, and it also really like gives you a kick of energy. So let me know if you're going to try nettles, what you're going to do with them. So yeah, the other thing is I add them to smoothies sometimes. You could add that to a smoothie and you wouldn't taste it. If you add a bit more, obviously you're going to taste it. But you know, I add it to smoothies for my kids, and they don't even know it's in there. I tell them, but they don't taste it. They don't complain about it. And when you have it in a smoothie, it's because it's raw. It's really tingly. But when you leave it overnight and do the long brew on the tonic, it actually draws out loads of like minerals that are a bit harder to draw out of it. So it's worth consuming it in both ways if you want to get the maximum benefit. Nettle has been one of my closest plant allies for so many years, and I really feel like nettle is such a grounding energy, and it's like the power to take action, to be resilient, to like keep going in life, as well as that clarity, to wake you up and help you see the truth. So it's a really potent combination, and you, because it's a food, you know, you can just keep on consuming it. Use your intuition with how much to eat, but you know, start small and go up. But because it's a food, you know, I would never buy spinach if I have nettles. Why would I? These are so far superior in every way. So yeah, I'd love to know if you're going to try, if you already eat nettle, share some recipes below. Something that I'm going to make as well is nettle cake. Um, and that is another, you can search online for a recipe for that. A green nettle cake. You can pretty much add it to everything. I add nettles to bread, fritters. There's so many options. Just when you are picking them, really tune into their energy. And that's why I like to pick them barehanded, because when you feel the tingles, you really feel that energy, and that, you know, it brings you alive. Okay, so yeah, let me know if you're going to try them, and catch you soon.